Hello children, today I am going to explain you the lesson Weathering the Storm in Ersima by Harsh Mander. This lesson is about the cyclone that hit Orissa in October 1999 and killed thousands of people and devastated hundreds of villages, and also how a teenage boy named Prashant helped the people of his village in every possible manner. So now let's begin. Prashant had gone to the block headquarters of Ersima to spend the day with a friend. Ersima is a small town in coastal Orissa and is about 18 kilometers away from his village. In the evening, suddenly the weather changed and soon there occurred a strong storm with devastating wind. The velocity of the wind was about 350 km per hour. Heavy and incessant rain filled the darkness. Ancient trees were uprooted and crashed to the earth. People screamed as the houses swiftly washed away. The angry water swelled into his friend's house. To escape the water rising in the house, Prashant and his friend's family had taken refuge on the roof. The search of the ocean continued for the next 36 hours, although wind speed has reduced somewhat by the next morning. Prashant had never seen such a horrible scene of the cyclone. Next, in the morning, he saw a brown sheet of water covered everything as far as the eye could see. Broken houses, animal carcasses, human dead bodies floated in every direction. Even huge trees had fallen. 2 coconut trees had fallen on the roof of their house, but it was a blessing to keep the trapped family from starving in the several days that followed. For the next 2 days, Prashant sat together with his friend family in the open of the rooftop, and the only thing that was haunting Prashant was whether his family survived the fury of the cyclone. After 2 days, the rainwater slowly began to recede. Still, the situation was dangerous, but Prashant was determined to seek out his family without delay. His friend's family requested him to stay back a little longer, but he was determined to move ahead. So, he equipped himself with a long sturdy stick and then started his 18-kilometer journey. He constantly had to use his stick to locate the road to determine where the water was most shallow. After some distance, he was happy to find 2 friends of his uncle who were also returning to their village. As they waded through the water, they had to push away many human bodies and carcasses of animals. They had also not seen a single house as they passed villages. Prashant now became more worried about his family and was sure that they had not survived. Eventually, he reached his village Kalikura and saw the remnant of his house roof. So, he decided to go to Red Cross shelter to look for his family. Among the first people he saw in the crowd was his maternal grandmother, who was looking very weak. Quickly, word spread and his extended family gathered around him and hugged him tight in relief. His brother, sister, uncle, aunt all seemed to be there. By the next morning, Prashant sensed a deadly grief that the crowd of 2,500 people in the shelter was full of sadness as they lost everything in the storm. It was the 4th day at the shelter Prashant decided to step in as leader of his village. So he organized a group of youth and elders to jointly pressurize the merchant for rice. For the first time in 4 days, the survivors at the cyclone shelter were able to fill their belly, even though no one cared that the rice was already rotten. His next task was to clean the shelter field and to treat the injured people. On the 5th day, a military helicopter flew over the shelter and dropped some food parcel but did not return. The youth task force gathered empty utensils from the shelter and deputed the children to lie in the sand with utensil on their stomach to communicate to the passing helicopters that they were hungry. The message got through, and after that the helicopter made regular rounds of the shelter, airdropping food and other basic needs. Prashant then brought a large number of orphan children together and put up a polythene sheet shelter for them. Then women were mobilized to look after them while the men secured food and materials for the shelter. He then persuaded the women to start working in the Food for Work program started by an NGO and also organized cricket matches for children. Prashant engaged with other volunteers in helping the widows and children to pick up the broken pieces of their lives. The initial government plan was to set up institutions for orphans and widows. However, this step was successfully resisted as it was felt that in such institution children would grow up without love. Instead, Prashant and his group suggested that the children and widows should be resettled in their own community where they can get a homely environment. It was 6 months after the devastation of the cyclone, and Prashant's wounded spirit had healed simply because he had no time to bother about his own pain. So, children, this in brief is about the lesson Weathering Storm in Ersema. Hope you have understood. So go through the lesson, all of you, thoroughly.